Hello, creeps. I'll be with you in a moment. I was just in the middle of cramming for my final exams. Bet you didn't know your pal, the Crypt Keeper, was still in school. As a matter of fact, I'm at the top of my class at Harvard. Which brings us to tonight's all-frighter. It concerns a couple of college kids who've got their own ideas about higher education. In a bit of hackademia I call Creep Course.
The 18th dynasty produced some of the greatest rulers ever to hold the throne of Egypt. These immensely powerful pharaohs commanded loyalty and fear throughout an empire that stretched from Nubia in the south to the borders of northern Syria. Which brings us to the legend of the pharaoh Ramses, also known as the mummy who wouldn't die. It seems that old Ramses was a possessive and jealous sort of fellow, and the object of his obsession was a beautiful young maiden, the Princess Nefra. Unfortunately, Ramses tossed his mortal coil before actually consummating his relationship with the lovely Nefra. So, despite his newly acquired status as an embalmed and mummified corpse, he emerged from his tomb on the anniversary of his death and each year after to search the city for the Princess Nefra. Needless to say, Ramses' jealous disposition and bad temper had not improved in death. And the local citizens so feared and dreaded his annual rampage that they were forced to arrive at a drastic solution. Each year, a maiden was delivered to Ramses' tomb, a human sacrifice. Each time, the crazed old mummy would expect to see his beloved Nefra standing before him, and each time he would be disappointed. Exploding in anger, he vented his rage upon the innocent young woman in a manner really too horrible to describe. But it kept the old boy off the street. So, remember, scholars, midterm exam on Friday, covering the first 3 Egyptian kingdoms. And what are those kingdoms again, Mr. Skolnick?
The first 3 kingdoms, those would be...
We're waiting, Mr. Skolnick. You have us on the edge of our seats. And feel free to consult your notes or your playbook or whatever that is you have in front of you.
I think 1 is the second dynasty.
Kingdoms, Mr. Skolnick, not dynasties. The first 3 kingdoms.
I don't know, sir.
Miss Bishop, will you please give Mr. Numbskull, I beg your pardon, Mr. Skolnick, the answer to the question he is struggling to recall from his memory of mush?
Early dynastic, old kingdom, and first intermediate period.
Did you hear that, Mr. Skolnick? Are you listening? Do I, at long last, have your attention?
Yes, sir.
If you fail to pass this test, Mr. Skolnick, you will be ineligible to participate in the one activity at which you truly excel. And although I personally rank football below keel hauling as a cultural experience, I believe it has some importance to you and your classmates. Just a word to the wise, Mr. Skolnick. Class dismissed.
Let me help you with that.
Thank you, it's fine.
You're Stella, right? Your name is Stella?
Yes, it is.
Reggie Skolnick.
I know who you are.
Working hard, I see, huh?
It's just a couple hours a day. You know, it's more convenient working on campus than off. And, Excuse me. That'll be 487.
Professor Finley's really on my case, isn't he? I mean, how do you like the way he treats me in class?
Well, it wasn't.
I mean, I've got feelings, too. I mean, it was pretty embarrassing for me.
Yeah, I could see that.
Now, Stella, I'm gonna flunk that midterm unless you help me.
Me?
Will you, Stella? Please?
I don't know.
Please, 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 Stella. Come on, you know the subject inside and out. It would mean a lot to me.
Well, I suppose I could help you study. That's what I'm really good at. I mean, I'm not a brain or anything, but I do take excellent notes. I mean, we could go over them together if that's what you mean.
Is later this afternoon okay?
Yeah. Well, where should we meet?
Let's meet in the library. Let's say 3 o'clock?
Okay, yeah.
Okay, great. It's a date then. I'll see you, Stella.
Okay. Bye.
Hi.
Sorry I'm late.
Oh, you are? Oh, I didn't even notice. You didn't bring any stuff?
That's okay.
That's okay. I have everything we need. I've got pens, I've got paper, I've got the work. And
Stella, this isn't gonna work.
What?
Studying won't help me. I'm just not cut out for it. I've tried. I mean, I really have. But that never seems to stick. Finley's right. I mean, the only thing I'm good at is football.
Sure. I understand.
Stella, wait. Now, there is something you can do for me. Now, Finley keeps a collection of old Egyptian stuff at his house. You can make an appointment to go over there, have a look at this junk for extra credit or something. He'd go for it in a second. You can do it tomorrow night.
Why would I want to do that?
Because when you have him distracted, I'm gonna go in there to make a copy of the midterm.
I couldn't do that.
You know, everybody looks at me and they think I've got it made. Like I don't have a care in the world. But they're wrong, Stella. I'm really scared. Football's the only future I've got, and it's about to go down the drain.
But it would be wrong.
If anybody gets in trouble, it'll be me, not you. And I promise you, Stella, I will protect you. And nobody will know. Now, after the game, there's going to be a party, just for the team. And I want you to come with me. I want you to be my date.
No, you don't. You don't want to go with me.
Yes, I do.
No, you don't. Why would you want to take me?
Why wouldn't I? Because you're Stella the bookworm? Stella the wallflower? Huh? That's what they think, isn't it? But they're wrong, aren't they? Just like they're wrong about me.
No, not altogether.
I see who you really are, Stella. I see what everybody else misses.
Well, I can't see at all without my glasses.
Ah, Miss Bishop, how nice to see you.
Good evening, Professor Finley.
Please, come in.
Thank you. Thank you so much for allowing me to come over.
Oh, don't be silly. My home is always open to my students. I just wish more of them had your interest and curiosity. Let's just go downstairs. I've got everything ready.
Downstairs?
Yeah, in the cellar. Right this way.
This is like a museum.
Well, my grandfather was one of the first archaeologists to explore the tombs in the Valley of the Kings. All of these artifacts are really very valuable.
This is incredible. What's this?
You have a good eye, my dear. That's the pride and joy of my collection. An actual burial chamber, completely intact.
A tomb?
That's right. Look inside.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Oh, nonsense. It's the best part. Go on in.
Oh, it's cold.
Yeah, you get used to it.
How did the torches get lit?
Well, like I said, everything's ready.
I should go.
Bullshit.
Reggie! Reggie, help me!
Finley, you son of a bitch.
Reggie, help me, please!
What's the matter with you? Can't you do anything right?